What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. On today's episode, we're going to talk about how I fumbled the bag. And I actually ended up down on the day today, negative $124. But with that being said, we're going to break down the trade, tell you guys how I fumbled the bag, why, I guess try to figure out why the first trade didn't work. Because the first trade, the strategy played out absolutely perfectly. So first trade was on QQQ or on TQQQ. And that trade basically, you can see here, 15-minute time frame. Now, every single video, right? Every single time I trade, 15-minute high, and then this is the 15-minute low, but it also happened to be a key level, which was yesterday's high. So I just have it marked out in a different color. But regardless, 15-minute high, 15-minute low, and it was actually to a T, right? With the 15-minute low as well. So we got to bounce off of yesterday's high. That's what I was expecting. We got to move up. We got a shadow supply candle here. And then I'll drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and I'll show you on QQQ. 5-minute time frame, we get some bullish price action. I go down to the 2-minute time frame, and I end up entering after this bullish candle close, and then this one begins to push up. I enter my trade, targeting a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, literally just targeting like a sweep of these highs basically. And essentially what I wanted to see on QQQ was 15-minute time frame, us go up and take out maybe this little high up here. But mainly I'm just shooting for a 1-to-1 risk to reward. That's just like the external target that we could potentially aim for. So with that being said, I took the trade on TQQQ. You can see that was my entry. $88.49, and then it just basically went down. Unfortunately, this candle was news. I didn't think news was going to be this reactive, and I also thought I had a wide enough stop for news. I did not. So news went down, smacked me out. That was that trade, unfortunately. Now, if you look at this trade mechanically, every single bit of it was played out the plan perfectly. So like everything played out perfectly. All right, my bad. I had to let one of the dogs out, but essentially every single part of this trade played out how I wanted it to play out. We just got no continuation. So if we look here on the 5-minute time frame, we do have a little bit of a top wick here. Whatever. The next candle, even though I'm already in the trade at this point, is a bullish candle close on the 5-minute time frame to the upside, but no continuation. 2-minute, we get a bullish candle close outside, and then another bullish candle close outside of the 15-minute opening range. And 15-minute, we got a freaking shadow supply candle here after sweeping out lows from the overnight. Like, you literally can't make this up. It was a perfect setup. I would take it 100 times over. I thought that I could have just sat back and nothing would have happened. Then news came out. So unfortunately that happened. So that was my first trade. Second trade was on SQQQ, and boy did I fumble this bag. So basically what happened on SQQQ, you can see, obviously, I ran a 1-to-1. I could have ran like a 4-to-1 if I wanted to. But on QQQ, I'll show you just so you can see the levels. We got a close, a bearish candle close, 2-minute time frame. So I lost the trade before. I sat back and I basically waited for me to like regain kind of my idea of where the market's going, right? Based on my bias, figure out my bias and stuff like that, and just kind of understand, okay, market already went up, it rejected, where do I think we're going to go now? And we had some downside targets, so I didn't think that it would be as much of a risk. As long as we could break below, right, and close below this previous low right here, which is what we did. We closed below here, and I entered about 2 candles later right here after we got a little retracement and continuation. I entered on the 2-minute time frame, 1847, sold at 1856.01, unfortunately, because I didn't get filled where I wanted to get filled. But regardless, the reason I took this trade is because price rejected at this high, so we didn't get any continuation. First plan failed. Sit back, rebalance my brain, figure out where price is going to go next, wait patiently, wait patiently, candle close, wait for a retracement, another bearish candle close, enter, set stops accordingly based on a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, make sure price holds EMAs and VWAP to the downside, which it did. And key piece right here, understand that there is a downside target on QQQ. If we go out to the 15-minute time frame, my downside target was this low right here, these lows right in here, basically the bottom of 563. If you look all the way to the right, the bottom of 563. It's because we had resistance, broke above, found support, and then kept going up. So that's what I wanted to. That's where I wanted price to hit, and we just ripped way past that. But as soon as price hit my level, I sold, and per usual, price just ripped every single time. But regardless, I followed the plan, and we made some of that money back. Now overall, I'm still red on the day, unfortunately, but it just goes to show that, like, I could have waited for this pullback and saw this little bit of support here, and then been like, oh, I thought about this too. I thought about it right here. I'm going to take another long and try this again. But I said, hold on, let me wait for price to decide what it wants to do with these EMAs, this VWAP, all that nonsense, and see where we're going to go from here. Because if we're not going to break back above those, then we're not going back up. And if price isn't going to sweep out this low and then go back up, then we're not going back up. So where are we going to go? To the downside. Where's price respecting? Downside, just based off of rejecting EMAs, market structure, all that stuff. So yesterday, second trade I took was definitely just me trying to make my money back. I kind of justify it for the most part to try to get myself into the trade. But you have to find that fine line where you're trying to make your money back, or you're trying to actually take a trade. Because each thing that you look at, like price action, market structure, all that stuff, every single bit is like you like proving to yourself, hey, this is proof that I could do this. This is proof that that price could go here. Proof that price is going to move down. Proof that my price is going to move up. Whatever it is, you're finding each data point and you're entering them into your brain, and you're telling yourself, based on my strategy, this is true, and this is going to happen. But when you just took a loss, you want to make that money back, and you're thinking in the back of your mind that you want to make that money back, you see your account balance, all that nonsense, you're thinking to yourself, every data point that you're looking at, you're basically shifting it. And I do this in my own mind. I'll literally look at this. I'll look at like this candle right here. I'll be like, this is good enough to take it. It's not good enough to take it because it hasn't closed below this low yet. And if I would just wait a little bit longer, then I'd get more confirmation. So, I don't know, just some little bit of wisdom right there. But nonetheless, down on the day, it is what it is. On to another day. So, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button down below, and hopefully you can apply this to your own trading. I'll see you guys in the next video.